Mr. Depp, you're down 95%. Have you ever considered selling?
No, I can't. That's a... no.
I'm not selling! Yo, what's up, guys? So, again, hard times, but we're here to fight out the charts. Obviously, we're going to speak about a little bit more downside. We're going to speak about, the capitulation. I'm still waiting. I'm seeing some cracks. I'm seeing a little bit of cracks within the foundation of Altcoins. Obviously, looking here at the total 3, seeing us break the weekly trend. Does not mean it's over when it comes to the trend. It means now we got to start preparing for the capitulation scenario. We obviously saw a continuation yesterday. We're seeing a couple of massive specials on the market. Let's speak about the specials. Tons and tons and tons. This is the weekly that we are seeing. Again, you can look at it and get the jitters, or you can look at it and, hey, I'm going to do something, right? But at the end of the day, I look here and I see a couple of decent, pullbacks within the alts. We're seeing Audi down 31%. We're seeing Phantom down 22%. We're seeing 𝗕𝗢𝗡𝗢𝗢, Rand's golden coin, right? Down 30%. We're going to speak about the buy zones there today. We're seeing Fetch. We're seeing the AI tokens starting to pull back. We're seeing 𝗥𝗘𝗢𝗢 starting to pull back pretty strong. We got ThorChain looking good. We obviously got 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗟 as well. So we got a lot of blood. Let's speak about more blood. Let's speak about, is there a little bit more to come? Is the dump over? The problem is Bitcoin hasn't hit the major bounce zone just yet. But let's speak about it. Let's see why the dominance is continuing to raise up. And again, guys, I know it's hard. Okay, I know it's hard. But today, we're going to speak about what we are doing, how we are staying focused in the game. And I'm also, it's quite funny. It is quite funny. I'm long one coin. One coin I'm long. I'll show you what the coin's name is. The coin's name's XRP. So we're going to speak about why the hell Sheldon is long on XRP when there's a blood market. We're going to definitely be speaking about that as well. But guys, let's go through buy zones. Let's speak about buy zones. Let's speak about worst case scenario. Let's speak about what's happening. How much more bloody is it going to get? And then let's start building the recovery strategies. How are we going to make our money back quicker and be on top? And what do I always say? When they take money from me, take it from me, but I'm taking it back with interest every single damn time. The only way you do that is you do something. If you're just going to sit here and wait to recover, you're just going to wait to recover. And I want to know in the chat right now, who's spinach hands? Who wants to sell right now? Tell me, you want to sell? You want to sell? Anyone else want to sell? You want to sell? You want to sell? Okay. I'll play a video one more time, and then we'll start.
Mr. Depp, you're down 95%. Have you ever considered selling?
No, I can't. That's a... no.
It's not possible. Guys, never wasted time. Again, happy Tuesday to you all. Where is my intro song? I don't even have an intro song. Apparently, I'm getting a cool intro song. Oh, apparently, I'm getting a very cool one. Let's go, guys. Alrighty, guys, happy Tuesday to you all. Brad, trying to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you got a community, right? You got people that are going to fight this battle with you. I think the best thing that we can actually say about this is we don't have to fight it alone. I think that's one of the best things. I remember when I joined the crypto space, it was quite a small amount of us. We never really had this type of, massive community. And again, guys, you're not alone. What you also filled with is if you look at the comments right now and you look at the entire, community that you're involved, you have guys that have been through 3-4 entire cycles. You got a lot of experience around you, and you need to go filter to them. Any junk, any negativity, just throw it out your mind. One thing that I learned is, let's jump back to the start of my journey. When I first came to Banter, my dad just passed from suicide, right? Hardest point in my life. A year later, I became a millionaire. Now, the moral of the story was, it was one of the biggest red candles that I could ever get. And it's still a candle that I tried to recover from today, right? And I still tried to get through. However, it was the biggest turning point in my life. And it was the point that, when there is the redness, there is a time of a strong bounce and there is a time of reversal. It's about what we do at that time. So now that we're seeing a bunch of redness and we've seen the market down, quite a bit, I want you to be positive. I'm telling you to be positive. I'm telling you to believe in your brain that there's still an alt season, that there's still a bull market that we're in right now. Fight every single urge that is fighting with you or coming between your ears over here, and change that damn vision, because you are going to be the one that thrives hard from this. And remember, you need a bounce in order to, you need a dump in order to pump, right? Every single time. And what's that one saying you said from Warren Buffett this morning? Be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. One of the best mega minds in the space ever. I'm pretty sure people are fearful out there right now. So guys, let's quickly have a look. We've got Sheldon, thanks for positivity. You got to. You can't sit here and cry. You can't sit here and cry and stuff like that. We got to fight the market. The market has been a little bit different this year. I wouldn't say it's been different, but it's been a little bit, Craig was also discussing the whole morning. It's boggling his mind how the stock markets are rampaging up and crypto is coming down. And it's like, it's a very confusing stage at the moment. But then I think about it and I'm like, institutions entered crypto a couple of months ago, right? They like to play games. They definitely do. I'm sad because I love crypto with all my heart. And I'm sad that big money, institutional money is coming in and starting to take, what's ours in that sort of sense. But look at the oddness within. Okay. So just understand that you are in an abnormal market. You are in a manipulated market at the moment. 20% are going to make 80% of the money. 80% are going to make 20% of the money. What does that mean? You're probably going to lose. If you don't have education, you don't have a community, you don't have anyone that fight through, you're probably going to take your, what do they say? How do you become a millionaire in crypto? Start off as a billionaire. That's what they say, but that's the truth. So guys, again, you're at the right stage, right time. We're here, we fight through it again, and we get through it, and we will get through the other side. That I promise you guys. I love you guys. I'm here for you every single day, and let's go. So if you believe in that, smash the like button. 50 are out all in cash. 53% are sitting in cash. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope you're buying some good damn specials then. I hope you're rebuilding your portfolios. I hope you're starting fresh if that happens. Those who are in and are all in, guys, fix. Very, very, very important. Okay, let's get going. Before we start off here, I am going to say this again. I am launching Sniper School tonight. I'm launching the best TA school you need. If you are not sitting in this red market right now and educating yourself and making yourself better, so when the market rises again, you can treat it differently. You can understand it differently. You can fix things that you made mistakes with in the past. It's crazy. So this school is free. I'll show you guys again. You go below in the description over here and you go. Remember what I said? I said I'll get premium. There we go. Click over here. Go below in the video. Here we go. You got Sniper School over here. Go click on this link and join my school. I'm going to bring you the biggest vibes that I can tonight. I'm going to pump you out so much and give you so much education that's going to change your whole view that it's actually simple. Crypto is actually simple. It does get hard. It's the emotions that get crazy. But join my school over here. And I'm going to play you guys one quick video before we start off into the actual charts. Let's get over here. This is what you're joining. You're not just joining a school. You are joining a community.
I started buying crypto in 2021. And one of my coins went berserk, and it's like 10 times larger than any other holding I have. I don't know if I should hold that giant position because maybe that coin alone will make me a millionaire.
I want to introduce you to a guy named Ran. Okay, he also had a one coin that was 10x everything else, and it was called Luna. I don't know if you know that coin.
He lost 130 million bucks.
Insane, right? Insane. But at the end of the day, you have to diversify, bro. The only problem is if one ship goes down, it's going to take down everything and it will suck. And again, I still think you got to get to a phase of Bitcoin's what you really want at some point, so you have to stay focused. As much as that one coin can make me a millionaire, you have to change that mindset. You have to change it that you're going to make a millionaire. You're going to become the sense, not the coin. It's not anything. It's the sense of being smart that you've made a lot of money now. Now let's start playing with that money smartly. So guys, let's quickly speak about that. So obviously there's times where you open up your portfolio and you'll see it again when the market starts to explode again, that you'll get one or two tokens that will open up, right? One or two tokens that will just do crazy things, abnormal. And what we'll start to do, it will start to create I call it an imbalance within your portfolio. So another thing that's also going to help you guys, and I want you just to take note of it now while it's red, while it's raw, while it's hurting a little bit, is this rebalancing method. So what you're going to do today is when you draw up your entire portfolio, again, you got to categorize, you got to have some sort of understanding what category the token's in. And I do it very simply: low risk, medium risk, high risk, very high risk, and degen. That's my sort of pie chart. And what you're doing is you are then going to go and put your coins in each one. If you want to know, how do I know it's high risk? Go look what's dropping the hardest right now. If something is dropping 50% right now, it's a high risk. I don't care how much you try convince me, how much you say it's the best community in the world, doesn't matter. If it's dropping 50% when Bitcoin's coming down 20%, it's a high risk token. If it's dropping 70%, it's a very high risk token. If it dropped 90%, it's probably a meme. But nonetheless, that's the powerful thing. So what's amazing about that, guys, is you start to have a bit of structure within your portfolio. Then what happens is every beginning of the month, it's called a rebalance. Okay, so what you do is now that you know your percentages, okay, you got 30% in low risk, 30% in medium risk. What you'll see at the end of the month is you'll see an imbalance. You'll see all of a sudden your low risk is 20% and your very high risk is all of a sudden 25%, where it started off from 15%. What it's telling you is to go get out of those tokens to go buy Bitcoin. Okay, and then there's sometimes where all of a sudden, like today, which would be amazing, your low risk is probably sitting 35 to 40% of your portfolio today. Okay, where your high risk is sitting 5%, where it was 15%. Now what it's telling you is, hey, go take a little bit of your low risk and go buy a little bit of some high risk. Go buy a little bit of cheapness. Do you see what it does? Without looking at price, without looking at anything, it tells you, hey, you need to go take some of this money and go buy these coins. You need to sell some of these coins and go buy these ones. It's such a beautiful, simple system that's going to help you guys a lot. And what it's going to show you today is, yes, the markets are coming down hard, but it's crazy if you're not taking on a little bit of risk now. It is. The coins, if you love the injective, you love the pump, you love the Thor chain pump, you love the injective pump, why would you not be buying some of these tokens today when they are 50% cheaper than what they were? And the rebalancing system is going to help you guys a lot with that. So write that down, make sure that's categorized, and it's a very beautiful system that you can use a lot in the future. Yes, guys, smash a like button. Okay, let's go. So let's quickly obviously speak about the capitulation scenario. So definitely some weakness on altcoins. There is a plus and a downside. Let's speak about the two major high time frame views over here. First thing I want to show you guys that you're seeing here is you're seeing a taper down in volume. Okay, so it's very clear that when the markets obviously go through a little bit of red or choppiness, you start to taper down on the volume. Therefore, what happens is the manipulation starts to go up because it's quite easy to manipulate the market a bit easier when there's not much volume in the market. Therefore, I'm pretty sure you can see there's some funny wicks that are happening at different times. All of a sudden, Bitcoin's printing a 2% candle and your alt's going down 10% in that same time. Like, what the hell's going on? Guys, volume is tapering down. Therefore, markets are, any money that gets injected now can move the market a lot more quicker. So now that we know that that's happening, what you can also understand is you can actually drag a trend line going down on this major volume bar here. And what it's indicating is at some point you're going to get a spike. Okay, so you'll see every time over here, this is trailing down. And what it's basically saying is at some point you're going to get a spike and new volume is going to be coming in. So if we are seeing a bunch of red volume coming down like this, I always spoke about drip dry red. I always spoke about when you get red candle, red candle, red candle, red candle, one fat green one that absorbs it all. Guys, this could still be a massive scenario. And it's probably the scenario that I'm definitely putting my chips on, is I think we are getting to the point where the alts are getting brutally hit at the moment. But I do think we're going to have a very strong couple of months still this year. I still think we're going to have a 3-month rampage. We're actually going to forget that all of this basically happened. And remember, humans are like goldfish. If something happens now, it hurts. But next week, if there's one fat green candle, no one gives a crap. No one cares anymore. It's all gone. Right? These sort of things. So the first thing there is understanding that, yes, we are going in one direction, but it might be a trap. Now, what you always want to see, and why I bring a volume in, because I haven't spoken about volume for a while, and volume is a very important indicator, because if you are seeing a move that is happening like this, charts are coming down, and volume at the bottom is coming down, guys, it's actually a trap. It's not real. Okay? It's weakening. So all that you are seeing is there's less buyers in the market right now. People are fearful. Doesn't mean that there's volume, that this move is actually real and it's actually volume backed. Right now, it's easier to pull back the market now than what it was 3 weeks ago. When 3 weeks ago, or let's say 6 weeks ago, when all this volume was pumping, then it's not easy to pull back the market. But when no one's buying and people are fearful and people are depressed, it's a lot easier that a bit of volume on the selling pressure will start to form some fat candles. However, if you see that price is moving strongly in one direction, but volume is tapering down, it's called a fake move. Okay, it's not real. It's something that there's a trap that's being formed there where you are seeing something, but something in the back end is actually happening. So what that's basically saying is in another 2-3 weeks, at some point, we're going to get a massive volume bar. And if you are seeing multiple red candles over here, it's very likely it's going to be a fat green one. Now, not only do we see the volume tapering down? Let's speak about the other indicators we are seeing as well. So obviously stock again is still flowing down at the bottom. Okay, it's literally dragging at the bottom. And I think we've had this before where we've dragged over here. You see this choppiness over here. We dragged. And eventually the market started to rampage very quickly there. So again, this is still a crazy market that if you are selling your investment tokens today, I think it's a massive, massive, massive mistake. I really do. I think you only ever sell green. You only ever sell, even if the markets pump up now for the next 2-3 weeks, then you can decide if I want to get out now. I think now it's it's literally spinach hands to strong hands, literally right now. Because if I show you this over here, we look at a few things. We look at MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is raising another more Bitcoin, which closes tonight, $700 million. They're buying. Why are we selling? You know, why is there even a sell thought in your brain? Obviously, I know if you're down 50%, you want to like sell, or you think maybe I can buy back cheaper and things like that. But don't get trapped in the sort of a normal trap that plays out often. So here we got $700 million. MicroStrategy is building. If we look at things like ETH, okay. Oh yes, this is showing a fight between the bulls and bears. What we're basically at a 50-50. 50-50 at the moment. The dominance of the bulls, the futures markets. Okay, but I want to show you this over here. If you look at the Ethereum supply on the exchanges, is at an 8-year low. Guys, money's getting off of exchanges. ETH is getting off exchanges very quickly. Okay. Meanwhile, institutional demand will be unlocked through the ETH ETF in July. You don't need to have a degree to understand what's about to happen. I like you, bro. Quentin, you're a good guy. You understand very much. But you see, money's leaving. What's that? Strong hands, baby. Strong hands are buying, sending to the wallets. Strong hands are buying, sending to the wallets. So even though for us it's a very emotional time, you got to understand that, and it kind of makes sense. Why does this shit always happen before institutions step in? Why does the ETF news come, market pumps, and now it goes down for 3 weeks? Like, who's buying? Like, you know what I mean? It literally makes sense. And it also, for me, I also thought that, if institutions step in, why would they be buying all-time highs? Why would they be buying all-time highs? They wouldn't, right? And that's why we've also seen Bitcoin. It went to 70 and then obviously been sitting at 60. I think 60K is in around the 50K and 60K range is where they're accumulating right now. And definitely, if you look at ETH, they're accumulating those crazy ranges as well. So we're definitely at that point where smart money is shaking out here. However, it will come to an end. This thing doesn't lie. Yes, it popped its head out and then decided to stay in here. But at some point, the rocket will leave the ship. Are you going to be on the train or not? That's the question. Make that decision today. If you're gonna ignore every single FUD and crap out this entire market, fill your brain with positivity and survive. That's all that I'm saying. The biggest advice that I have now is don't go to zero and survive. You survive it, you're gonna make it. Okay, just don't go to zero. Don't get wiped out. Don't get cleaned out. That's it. Okay, that's the main thing, and that actually goes for any bear cycles in the beginning. Then what we also have here is massive bullish divergence that's forming on the weekly. Huge bullish divergence. If you look here of this major play here, there's a low over there on the total 3. Let's actually move this over here quickly. Okay, there's the move on the total 3, the low. There's the low that we're currently in. Look at this. Huge. Lower low on the RSI. Massive higher high over here. If we hold any of these green boxes here, we have massive weekly bullish divergence. What does that mean, Sheldon? It means the bounce will be epic. Means the bounce will be amazing. When we have a very high time frame view of bullish divergence, remember this RSI, relative strength index, is actually a leading indicator. It's something that actually leads for the first time. All other indicators are basically, what are they? In the past, they need data to form what's a lagging indicators. Where this one is one of the only leading ones, and this one's saying that yes, you are seeing this over here, but you are seeing that the bulls are way stronger. You can see that we're only on the price action, we are seeing this much pullback, yet on the RSI, we're seeing a way bigger pullback. Therefore, it looks like it's a little bit sad at the moment, but it's actually a lot stronger. The bulls are a lot stronger than what we think. And again, we'll get to that point of the strong reversal. So what am I looking for this week? Firstly, now I know the trend line has been broken. So let's speak about the 2 higher time frame plays on alts for the week. Okay, so 3 of them. So the first one is there's a little push up now, next day or 2, little bounce in the market. Okay, we don't get back into this trend this week. It's very likely we're going down. Okay, so again, we'll come up, test, and then we're coming down to the major areas. What does that look like? Another 20%. Now again, outside of already come down a shit ton, they will slow down. And I want to show you guys a quick example here. Let's go to something like 𝗕𝗓𝗓, right? 𝗕𝗓𝗓 has been going down for the last couple of weeks. Okay, Solana's been, or let's say Injector's been going up, Kujira's been going down for the last couple of weeks. Okay, now the dump starts to happen. Okay, now you start to look at the charts, and I want to show you. This is what the Kujira dump looks like. I'll go here, even to the shorter time frames. I'll show you here. This is all yesterday's dump. Not much, right? Like, look at it. It's at that point where this thing's already been sold into so long. It's sitting flat now. And it's probably going to be one of the first ones that are going to rise incredibly strong. Then you go look at something like Injective. Injective, boom. Look at that all of a sudden. Okay, so what you're basically getting to now is all of your top dog coins that performed incredibly well, they likely the ones that are going to pull back incredibly hard when we do look at this capitulation play that we are currently looking at. Other ones that have already been brutal, like I don't think Cardano is going to go, I don't think it's going to go down more than what Rune or Injective will, or Phantom, or any of these coins. Because it's already been brutally smashed in that sort of point. So when I say that we're going to get maybe another 20% move, I probably think it's going to be the big movers, or the ones that did incredibly well, that are catching up. And this is also including Bitcoin. I also have a scenario where Bitcoin catches up to the altcoins, where altcoins lead the dump, but Bitcoin catches up. Okay, and we're going to speak about that. And that may be a 52K Bitcoin. Okay, however, I do think by then, the alts are already sucked dry. I don't think the alts will go down much, where the Bitcoin's just going to catch up, because you can see that dominance is rampaging up. So first play over here, we push up the next couple of days, and we have the next push down. We have two big bounce zones over here and over here, but you're probably looking at the sense of yesterday's low, if not another 10-15% lower. Again, I think it's opportunities of a lifetime. I really do. I think to buy crazy specials, things that were so expensive, if you can, I would definitely be buying whatever I can. Then let's look at the next scenario. The next scenario is the bottom's in. Okay, bottom's in. In order to do that, maybe this was all a trap. This whole week was maybe just a trap. Okay, is we will pull this into a green candle this week. If we all of a sudden suck dry and we go green here on the total 3 over here, that's called a pin bar candle. It's called something that looks exactly like this over here. So that's what I'm waiting to see now. I'm waiting for a reversal candle on the high time frame. Okay, you could see that when this happened over here, we ended up having a strong reaction. If you look at this one over here, that's a pin bar candle that you see over there, therefore explosion. Over here, that's a pin bar candle, therefore reversal. So what we're looking for now is, because we know the RSI is getting to the bottom, we know volume's tapering down, we know there's bullish divergence, is we're looking for the reversal candle. So the bullish scenario is we bounce hard. We bounce hard, Bitcoin gets above 69K this week, and it was all a trap. And from next week, we start to rise again. And from that, we will really see a strong pushing market. And it's very likely that the alts will push really hard, because the dominance has been spiking incredibly strong to the upside. Okay. Then there's obviously this shit gets bad now. Okay. Where if we close any fat red candle like this week, it's very likely the capitulation candle happens next week then. That we're looking for that pin bar candle where the candle looks like this, guys. That's how the candle must look. So if we don't get it this week, it's very likely we're going to get it next week. Okay, which gives us an understanding that, hey, we are still in the capitulation phase when it comes to the altcoins. Okay, let's quickly go through a couple of the higher time frame views here. Here's the USDT dominance. This is also indicating very soon now. If we start closing outside this week, your capitulation candle's coming definitely within the next week, and it'll be something that will push pretty hard. Again, we'll look at the Bitcoin view. I do think if we are going to have another massive capitulation within alts, I do think Bitcoin will catch up. But this gives me the view over here that if we close outside here, this week, we still have another week or two of bearishness. If we reject over here, it was all a trap. So guys, stay focused this week, because the trap might come. The trap might come, and it might have all just been a damn joke, and now straight back to the races again. That's what crypto does do, and it has done many times before. Obviously, a few other things quickly I just want to show you guys here. Let's pop this on. I just want to show you a few MAs. So we have... if we look at a couple things here on Bitcoin, again, we still have the major trend line. Okay, so that's pretty good. But we've got a couple of MAs, and I want to show you this one over here. The 1 week 20. Okay, it's the moving average on the weekly time frame, and it's a 20 moving average. And this has always been a really good indicator for me, for Bitcoin. You could see that since we broke it, which was 28,000, we've respected it. Okay, so let's actually take off the lines here. There we go. So you see this green one over here. We're on that right now. So what it's basically saying is, hey, there is a little bit of support here. Okay, and if we do decide to obviously close above, again, I needed to close at least above 68 this week, there might be a slight reversal. If we drop this one, guys, we're going to the blue one. The blue one is to fill this wick over here at the bottom range, and that's at $56,000 to $57,000. That's the higher time frame view for me when it comes to Bitcoin. Okay, again, the RSI is also tapped at the bottom. I'm seeing a little bit of inverse, or what's it? Hidden bullish divergence forming on the weekly on Bitcoin. But right now, not much bullish divergence on Bitcoin. The bullish divergence on the altcoins. That's the mega sign. The mega sign here is like, I don't know if I'll be buying Bitcoin here. Would you be buying Bitcoin at 65? I don't think Bitcoin's cheap enough to buy here. I think if it goes to the 50s, I think it's worth buying. But when it comes to the alts are the juicier. They're the juicy apples right now on the tree. That's the one you want to take a bite of, and the one you want to keep, putting into your basket at this point, at the moment. So that's also very interesting. Keep an eye on those MAs. And then what we have, obviously, is the Bitcoin dominance about to break the highs. So this is definitely capitulation on alts scenario that's in play at the moment for me, because if we break the highs now, then we're going, okay? However, I want to remind you guys again that we are going to get to a point, and let's quickly go put on the stock. I want to see where the stock's at on the weekly over here. Not at the top. Okay, so what it's indicating then is there's still probably 2-3 weeks of dominance going up. However, I do think it's the blow of top. I think if we speed up, because what I've noticed with dominance here is we've been trending like this for a while. We've been chipping. Okay. And this thing's got to make a decision, because at some point there'll be the big candle drop over here, and that will be alt season. Okay. Or what we call it is the blow of top, where this thing really goes crazy in this point over here, forms the pin bar candle, and that's the reversal. And then we start alt season. Okay, so dominance is definitely looking strong at this moment, which is obviously a bit of a scare within alts. However, I do want to remind you that if we look here, volume tapering down firstly within the dominance, and then I also want to show you within Bitcoin here as well. Look at the taper down in Bitcoin. Guys, this is the bears. Look at this. I'm not seeing massive volume spikes when it comes to the bears. So I'm not saying that there's more downside. I'll speak about, there's definitely possible more downside. I do think it's weak downside though. I do think it's going to be bought up in 2-3 weeks. I do think that everything that we see now will be erased in a very short period of time, because all the signs here of weakness, you should not be seeing volume going down if this is the mega dump or anything like that. So let's pay attention to those points over there. Okay, let's go through obviously a couple of short time frame views over here on Bitcoin. So if we look over here, we have hit that 64. Okay, I do have the scenario again of the inverse head and shoulders. For this one to play out, which is a bullish signal, is Bitcoin must come down to 62. So that's kind of where I'm looking at now. We lost yesterday's low. So I do still think there's more downside within Bitcoin. And in that short period, the dominance is probably still going to go up. Okay, so there's still danger over the next 24 to 48 hours of altcoins still, pulling another 10-20% move to the downside. Yes, everyone says I'm long XRP as well. Oh, Sheldon Parker. Nice. We lost the low yesterday. So for me right now, as it stands, until we break this trend over here, I think there's more downside. I think we go to around the 62. Again, only if we lose these levels does that other scenario come out where we go down to the 57, 58. And that's if we're going to continue being blood for the next, 2-3 weeks. And Bitcoin needs to catch up. I know Bitcoin looks like the saving grace and looks amazing now, but there will be a catch up for Bitcoin, which means if you have any money to buy Bitcoin, have it ready. Okay, and I probably put it in a couple of limit orders, because I don't think it's going to happen so quick. I think MicroStrategy is going to pump the crap out of it once it buys it at that level. What's it? 700 million. 700 million. It's a lot. It's a lot that they want to buy. Okay, let's go through a couple of these over here. ETH, guys, I don't know if you see it, but ETH is looking strong. Again, I always say judge a coin to its downside. Look at the ETH chart. Okay, I just want to show you this over here. Look at the ETH chart. This is the last couple of weeks, right? Look at this, and then look at another chart. Look at the difference. Look at a link. Look at a dot. Look at immutable X. Look at ETH. I think it's crazy not having ETH in your portfolio. I think we are getting to a point of ETH season. I even saw Lido work up this morning, a couple of ETH-based tokens, looking strong. So again, guys, keep eyes. Now, do I think there's a little bit lower? Yes, I do think that there's two areas. We hit the zone again perfectly yesterday. Okay, so maybe there's a short-term bounce here, but I do think there's a possibility of 3-2, guys. I think there's a wick into this box over here, and I think it's a huge opportunity if you do get it over here. ETH to Bitcoin, you look at it over here. This thing broke that wedge. I just want to clean my charts up from yesterday. If you see this wedge that we broke, it's actually a nice little retest that's in the play at the moment. So we pop this in over here. Little wedge in here, ETH's back at these major levels. So what I do think is maybe this wants to pop a little bit lower, but I do think, again, the Ether, ETF, all these hypes, I think the hype is still coming, especially ETH to Bitcoin. So ETH is definitely, I love that it's showing strength in a down market. Let's go through a couple of alts over here. Let's speak about where they're at. Injective really pushing down now. Guys, Injective hit $18 yesterday. $18. Okay. Buy when people are fearful. And some people are greedy. Simple, right? That's crazy. You know, it may be over. You can sit here and say, oh, my bags look like crap. Or you can sit and be like, holy crap, like I need to buy some of this. I need to add more to this. Guys, getting Injective here is amazing. Now, firstly, we lost support, and I think you're going to have another chance there again. And then I do think you're going to maybe even catch a $13 to a $15 Injective. Okay. Now, guys, I don't want you to look back on the shows when we were bullish, when I was bullish a few weeks ago. And trust me, I still am very bullish. I'm just annoyed with myself because I want to buy more and more and more and more at this point. And you got to find money, right? To basically do it. But all those targets we spoke about are still relevant. Nothing's disappeared. I'm still looking at $100, the $70 to $100 Injective. The only difference that I'm seeing today is I would have made a 3x if it happened. Now I can make a 5x. At these current levels. That's all that I'm seeing. I'm seeing higher returns. I'm seeing better entries. I'm seeing better plays and actually buying in the smart buying sort of era. So, hey, look at that. Phantom. There's all my laddering I spoke about yesterday. I buy some there, buy some there, and there's even one more. How's this a 40-cent Phantom sound? Incredible, right? This thing was sitting at $1.2 a few weeks back. You want to look and cry, it's up to you. But for me, it's massive. And again, I think we are going to get to that point. You know, we are lucky we haven't seen alt season yet. We are in that point. But I do think that crazy phase is still coming. You know, I'm still looking at that same targets of around $1.62 to $2 for Phantom. You can see currently where we're at the moment. So we go through a couple more. Let's go through things like Chainlink. Chainlink hasn't lost the lows yet. However, if it does lose the lows, it's going to speed up. And I think getting Chainlink between $10 and $11 is incredible. I really, really, really do. I think Chainlink is going to be incredible. I think it's a coin that's going to hit highs. I do, in my eyes, I think it will hit $100 one day. But that's my personal opinion. But Chainlink to the downside over here. Guys, I do want to, let's quickly speak about, before I go through a couple of them more, let's speak about why I'm long a little bit of XRP at the moment. Okay, so let's go through the XRP chart here, and let's go have a look at XRP and see where it's basically at. So XRP is doing something weird. Firstly, you said there's an amazing amount of volume, right? So it started popping up yesterday. It had this big push off yesterday. I think it was a couple of hours ago. The big dump off. Look at this pin bar candle that this thing's forming. Guys, just keep an eye. It's one coin that's been green for me on my charts, and the only one that I'm worthy of trading to today. Putting in a little bit of cash. Because what I'm thinking is XRP did nothing when everything was running. Nothing. It was doing this when nothing was running. And I kind of feel that the best time for XRP to do something crazy is when the whole market's melting down. Okay, so just keep an eye on an XRP breakout. The breakout is over here. If you put in this massive wedge over here, you can see the highs that we are making. If this thing pops through, I think we can see an XRP rally. And maybe it'd actually be nice to have XRP join the rally this time. Just to come, no, really, it'll be nice. XRP was a big point of our last alt rally and our last, cycle view. So maybe this may be the time. So this is the only one that I'm looking at here, guys. So here's my position. I'm basically at entry price right now. As it stands at the moment. So remember, guys, open up a Bybit account. If you want a Bybit account, go below in the description. Use my link if you want to open up. You can also open it within school. If you open up school, you can use my Bybit account there and open up that over there as well. But here's my views. And right now, I got a tight stop. I'm going to fight it out a little bit. And let's see if this one does something crazy. Okay, let's go through a couple more over here. Let's go things like DOT. Everything lost the lows yesterday, guys, which for me, it's retesting now, and there's a very likeliness of another down. So $4.5 to $5 for DOT. Things like COTI, everything's losing the lows, guys. More downside right now is what I'm seeing at the moment, unless we have a mega reversal, like a pin bar candle. Then we can buy a bit later. I don't mind sitting and waiting for a little bit of lower targets on some, because we can always buy in a trend break a little bit later. Okay, so this one down to these areas, I'm looking around 7 cents for 𝗕𝗘, which I think is great. Doge, I'm looking at $10. 10 cents, sorry. $10 is the future target. Things like AVAX, I think you're going to catch AVAX at 20. Huge, guys, huge. This thing was at 65 this year. Massive, 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 massive when it comes to AVAX. Let's speak about Solana, right? Solana lost trend, guys. So I think there's a little push up in Sol here. And then torpedo. And I think you're going to catch 2 major levels for me. 100 to 120 is my main one zone, and the next one's $80 to $90. That's my two scenarios on Sol. XRP holders have nothing but wishful thinking until their day comes. Then they're quite loud. GRT losing trend, so everything is still indicating a little bit more downside, guys. I think another one that you want to catch definitely is Casper. Casper, there's 2 levels. The one is the 13 to 14 cent range, kind of where we are now. But then the capitulation, which is around 10 cents. I think you can get Casper around 10 cents. I think that's amazing. A couple of others is render. Render's about to possibly lose the lows over the next couple of hours, which means a $5 render comes available. So that's a really nice one. Here's Thorchain. I think $4 dipping a toes is a good place to have some. I really do. In case the reversal happens early, or you're going to catch it at $2.5 to $3. Guys, this thing was at 11. Remember, this coin is crap to hold in the bear market, but incredible to hold in the bull. So what you do now is you buy it when it's going into bear, and you sell it when you're going into bull. And you just keep doing that. So you can make a lot of money with Thorchain. Don't get trapped the other way around. Okay, here's a NEAR protocol at the lows. So you can see, guys, everything's showing me a speed up gap here if things continue today. So there might be a temporary bounce within today, but if we don't get where we need to get, prepare the next day or two for another leg down. If not, the continuation today. You might see a double-digit red day today. Yes, SUI get into crazy levels. Theta get into crazy levels. I also want to show you guys here the XRP to BTC chart actually looks at nearly breaking out. So I just want to show you guys this over here. Let's just pop this in here and let's just put it in. You're actually very close to a XRP to Bitcoin breakout. So that's why I'm also quite interested in XRP. Are we putting stop loss with these entries? Guys, not for my long-term bags here, no, because you're just going to get stopped and stopped and stopped. Like, make up your mind, buy, sit in your damn hands and look at it in a few weeks. That's where you kind of got to get. I think any trades you're taking now, any important money, yes, put a tight stop, but it's very likely you're going to get stopped out. So for me personally, for my long-term bags, I'm not putting stops on these entries. I'm looking at the longer time frame views. So I buy them now, survive the stage. Remember, I don't need to get the exact bottom. But if I can get the bottom range, I'll make a lot of money. And that, I feel like we had a lot of bottom ranges. So I wouldn't be putting stops. But again, I'm willing to sit on this money for months. So that, make the decision on that. If it's very important money, guys, if you look at things like 𝗬𝗓, here's it here, it can go here, just pop this trend in, wait a couple of days and buy breaker trends. If you want to be more conservative, you want to be safe, just wait then. Wait for the confirmation, wait for the strength, wait for the breaker trends, and then buy. That's your thing. Should we short everything to get more? No. I would not short right now. Because I think you might win the first one, and then I think you're going to get absolutely rinsed. I think when that fat green candle comes, I think, guys, you're too late. You're too late. You're basically buying the top. If I had to reverse this chart over here and you want to short now, you're basically buying the damn top. Okay, the top phase over here. So do not get caught shorting and get trapped into these mega moves over here. Yes, markets are being manipulated, and that's okay. Like, we can't change that, guys. It's definitely being manipulated. There's no doubt about it. It pisses me off. It's angry. Like, I hate it. I actually want to maybe become president because of it. Just to change all this crap. But nonetheless, it is what it is. Okay, let's see if there's anything. Guys, remember to follow me on Insta, Sheldon the Sniper, and remember to follow me on Twitter, Sheldon_Sniper. I want to look at 1 or 2 more things over here. Let's look at the leverage. The next 24-hour leverage. Let's see where the liquidation pools are sitting at the bottom. I think that nasty wick is coming. That nasty wick is definitely coming. Okay, guys. Sheldon president. Okay, guys. I love you lots. We'll see you tomorrow, day by day. Just keep showing up. I'll show up every day. You show up every day. I'll see you at school. If none of you have done school, do school tonight, please, guys. And let's keep showing up and let's get through the patch and then back to Valhalla. Much love, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.